Whoa. Whoa. Well, I'm glad we ain't got no visitors. Hopefully. He was like, those kids are on something. I don't know what they on. Whoa. Oh, but that's how everybody doing all right? Yes, sir. That's right, man. Where my shirt at? I'll be standing there like this. Glad to see everybody. Everybody doing all right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Indeed. Who we waiting on? Hey, that Trump ain't finna be waiting on nobody now. That's right. Man, listen, y'all go ahead and sit down. I don't know what y'all want to do. I don't know what's going on. I walked in here, Antoine looked at me like, what preacher at? I walked in here like, oh, you preaching? Oh, okay. I said, man, that's tight. We got people waiting for the sound of the teruah. That ain't finna happen, Lee. That ain't gonna happen, boy. That ain't gonna happen. Whew. I want to say, give all Ta'alim to the Most High, Yahuwah through his being, Yahushua Mashiach, Yeshua me through his dabar, through his word. The way that I live, the things that I do, everything that I become is all because of I'm trying to manifest something to be worthy to be with him at the end of all this. Once everything is gone, once the world is over, when that casket closed, when it's time for me to resurrect, I want to be with him. Everything that I do in my life is going to be graded. Everything that you do in your life is going to be graded. So it's up to you to make sure that you fulfill everything that you are set out to do. Whatever dreams that you aspire to have, you only got one life to do it. Anything that you want to be in life, you only got one life to do it. But most of all, the person that created us, he created us in his image. That's right. In his image and his likeness. So whatever he said that he's going to do, he performs it. He does it. So I encourage everybody to as they say carpe diem, which they say what? Seize the day. Take advantage of the day. Every opportunity that I get, I take advantage of it. Period. It's called leverage. Y'all know what leverage is? Huh? Let's write it down. Let's look it up right quick. But first, let's get the book of Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. You guys are something special because you're here. That's right. The reason I like this because I consider this my safe haven. When I get in my safe haven, I feel like I'm all right. I don't have to fight. I don't have to worry about nobody taking nothing from me. I don't got to worry about having no business decisions. People coming up to me trying to get in my mind. I don't got to worry about that right here. That's what I believe. You understand what I'm saying? This is Romans chapter 15. Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. I think I left this over from last time. So I be sweating a lot. If y'all see that sweating on my armpits, don't worry about it. You get what I'm saying? I do wear deodorant though. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't get a hold of spitty deodorant, I gotta get something. You get what I'm saying? Even though I gotta put on a one man's deodorant, I'm gonna put on something. My wife deodorant may be coming up short some mornings, but I'm gonna put on something. I said, where's my deodorant? Dang, I see that little, I said, hey, you got two choices, boy. You can walk out that door and get in a deep conversation with somebody and they soften your whole life based on you smelling bad. Image is everything. Image is everything. I mean, period. When the Most High made Yahushua HaMashiach, he couldn't make him, no ugly man. He couldn't do it. How many people couldn't receive it? You get what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard. But even if your image is not up to par, it's certain ways you got to corner some things. It's certain way you got to. Cologne, what I have learned, cologne can't fit every person. Ain't that right, Daniel? Somebody, I was talking with somebody the other day, and they said, I love the smell of Curve cologne on my husband, right? On my ex-husband. So my new husband, he started wearing Curve, and it smells awful on him. And he said, well, what's the problem? He said, listen, she said, I like the cologne, but it doesn't fit your chemistry. You follow what I'm saying? So even though something may work for somebody else, it's not good for you. You understand what I'm saying? So even when he said we start offering up our offerings to Mr. Yahuwah, those things are a pleasant smell in his sight. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things, even some things we do, it becomes a stench in his nostril. So I learned that because we have to form the aroma, right, of what he likes, of what he likes. And the only way the chemistry fit, your lifestyle have to match what you're putting off. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. If that chemistry doesn't match what you're putting off, it's a stench in his nostril. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the book of Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. I will not be before you long because it's hard when you're going against time, fighting against food, and you're fighting against him. That's hard. That's hard. You have to know where you're stepping in at all times. But most of all, you need to get something to feed your inner man. That's right. What I have learned, I'll keep going off. Come on, Chris. The book of Romans chapter 15 at verse 4. Listen to the Sefer.
For whatever Nikatab before,
yes,
Nikatab for our lamed, that we through endurance and the Nakum of the Ketubim might have Tikva.
Yep. Uh-huh. Keep going, Chris.
The Elohim of endurance and Nakum grant you to be like-minded one toward another.
Yes.
According to Mashiach.
Yes.
Yeshua,
yes.
that ye may with one mind and with one pa, Kabul Elohim, even as the Abba of our Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach.
You see what he said? He said with one mind and with one what? Mouth. That means we all got to be on the same page.
Yes, sir.
Period. And we all got to speak the same thing.
That's right.
All right. So I want to just touch on something right quick. As a unit, as a whole, when you start talking about teamwork and team building, right? If somebody does something wrong or somebody does something of your pleasing, you should criticize or you should correct. Y'all agree? Right? But in the same breath, when somebody does something right, you should give them ta'aleem. You should encourage them. So if somebody does something and you don't like it, if you find yourself only complaining, but when they do good, you don't praise, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Because I don't want nobody always gonna come with correction, but when I do something right, nobody never says nothing. Right? One thing I like about Facebook is, and I put on stories, because if I post something positive on Facebook that people like, I get 100 likes, right? But then I put it on my story, I get 2,000 people watch. So that shows you a lot of people are watching what you do, but they won't give you the credit. You follow what I'm saying? And people watch my life just to see is the nigga still living. Does the nigga still have money? Is he get on crack rock yet? Is he still in that church? They asked my family, Do Boston still go to that church? My brother got tired of it. He said, bro, the next person says something, I'm going to split him. And in Dade County terminology, that means he's going to knock him in his head. I got so tired of asking, he getting so tired. Because people are wondering when I'm going to quit. They're wasting their time. Because the longer endurance that I stay here, the more better my life has become.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? Why would I digress and go back to you?
Right.
Why should I leave my sweetness and go down to your bitterness?
Right.
I can't do it. Look at what you have. Nothing. Look what I have become. Something. What you are complaining about, I'm out of it. You still trying to figure out how you finna catch something to go somewhere. I'm trying to figure out what's my new car I'm finna buy. I'm just telling y'all what my mindset be. Because I know who I serve.
Right.
If this man said, if you do something, listen, I'm gonna give you that and more. EU, he lost everything, he got double. So if I do things right, what am I supposed to receive?
Right.
He didn't talk to him about no Shamayim gifts, Baraks. He didn't talk about him about, I'm finna give you 10 virgins in the regeneration. He doubled everything he had on the rots.
Right.
Because he sacrificed something. And he gave his word. He said, naked I came in, hey, naked I leave out. But I'm not finna curse the Most High Elohim. So no matter how low I got in my life, how negative my bank account was, and I had to figure out how I'm finna make this thing flip. You see what I'm saying? When you open an account and that minus sign before them numbers, and the numbers are far greater than the zero, that stuff hurt. Then when they don't direct your deposit, your checking on time, so then it go farther back, that stuff hurt. How much I look at my gas tank, and then my gas tank is on the red, and I'm trying to move my head over to see if I got some more space between the red, and it's not there. And all I can say is, it got so rough one time when we was on Lithonia West, I would never forget it. I said, man, listen, we can't keep having these services, because I can't keep making it every time. I'm coming from Sandy Springs to Lithonia, and I'm like, boy, Wednesday, Shabbat Layla, Shabbat day. And so I'm counting like, hey man, but you go ahead and take the car. I go ahead and take the bus. I take the train. Because I can't afford you to come get me and bring me to service. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I used to be like, man, how can I make this work? But I didn't blame Elohim for it. I could have easily said when I was in Miami, I had it. But when you fighting for something, you gotta embrace your journey.
That's right.
You gotta embrace your story. Because your story is gonna help tell somebody else where you came from. But if you give up and go back, you ain't gonna have no story. And I ain't come here to give y'all no motivational talk, but it's just how I live my life. When you fail in the mind, when you don't have one mind or one part, you start lacking some things. When you lack something, somebody's supposed to add. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't even want encouragement. They don't even want better for themselves. They don't see themselves an asset in life. What is your purpose? I don't have no purpose. I'm just here. No, you have a purpose. You are put on this rocks to grow. There was a seed. If a seed is planted, it's put to grow. You follow what I'm saying? If the seed does not produce anything, it's time for it to be taken away. So are you waiting to die? I'm not waiting to die. I'm gonna live as long as I can, and I'm gonna be fruitful as long as I can as a rock. So when they ask me, I have been asked, what do you do? Why do you keep leaving on Shabbat? I had asked a podcaster, he's like the #1 podcaster in the nation. African-American podcaster. And I had we had something we had to do. But he said, I can't make it until Saturday night. I say, man, And what I had to do was on Saturday night. But was purpose was what they call intentional, right? Without even asking questions, he came back and he was like, yeah, man, you know, I had something to do. And he was couching it the same way I couch it. So it's like I was talking to myself. And I said, what you had to do? He was like, nah, you know, I got some obligations, you know, I like to do on this day. I said, okay, that's great. I said, so you finna get ready to, is this every Saturday? So you got something to do every Saturday? So now I turn it to the opposite person. You see what I'm saying? Because I want to get it out of him. I said, you got something to do every Saturday? Yeah, man, you know, I got, in and out, So I'm like, dang, man, what kind of person got to go out every Saturday? And he said, man, it's my obligation, man. I observe the Sabbath, as they call it. I said, man, it's interesting. I said, me and you need to do a podcast together, and we need to discuss our journey without compromising. I don't know what he believes. It's not all about a religion all the time, but a lot of people want to accomplish certain things, but they sacrifice their belief with things that they want. You see what I'm saying? And so if you want to keep me rich, some people sacrifice their whole belief system just to gain something. And I said, these things need to be talked about because as young people, as young adults, you guys will be faced with that challenge. You understand what I'm saying? And so I said that's going to be interesting to talk about. But just to get back on the subject, you got to have one mind. One mind. And I'm going to go to Bereshit chapter 1 at verse 1. Which one of my favorite books of the Sefer. Just period. Because if anything, you got to understand when there got to be a beginning if there's going to be an end. Y'all follow what I'm saying? It has to be a beginning if there's going to be an end. Y'all got that? All right. This is the book of Bereshit. Before they do that, Dwight, look up the etymology of the word religion. Religion. Because they always ask you, what religion are you in? And so I ask myself the same question, what is a religion? What is religion? Because the book says pure religion is undefiled. Right? So if something is pure of a religion, what is religion? Everybody say their religion is what? The right religion. Mm-hmm. So what is religion? The first sentence it states, they say that the first time this word was written or cultivated was in 1200, the year of 1200, and it states, a state of life bound by monastic vows. Let's look up the word monastic. Monastic. All right? They say relating to monks, nuns, or other living under religious vows or building which they live. Go down, Dwight. Let's hit it again. Go up 1 second, Dwight. Look up in the etymology, the original of the word. I get tested all the times with words, right? I met with somebody from the hardest people that I always have problems, not problems communicate with, but to give me the most challenges is I break them down in regions. Are people in New York and Chicago, right? New York, they very hard people. Mm-hmm. They always talk like they ready to fight. Yo, B, I'm just saying, man, it is what it is. I'm like, bro, just calm down a little bit. I told you this one time, right, about reasons. As soon as I meet somebody, I have to establish from whence you come.
From, that's right.
Because once I establish from whence you come, I know how to deal with you.
That's right. That's right.
That's what the biggest part of Yahushua. They were trying to figure out where he come from.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they figure out where he come from, now it's time to put you in a box. He's from, some say he's from what? Galilee, Bethlehem, Nazareth. Because I need to put you in a region so I can start judging you. You feel what I'm saying? So when I get to a point of dealing with somebody, this guy I was dealing with, he's from New York. And then like, yo, B, what's up, man? What's up, man? What you believe, bro? Like, why y'all gotta go to service? What's up? And I said, well, man, I just believe that, we should always fulfill and walk the way on what we believe and not just say it. And I believe in the etymology, understanding the etymology of words. Yo, what that is, B? I mean, you understand, you break down the word, what does it mean and what power do it come off with? He said, yeah, see, that's all that religion stuff, man, but it's only one man upstairs, you know what I'm saying? You can do all that stuff, you do what you want to do, but I don't get it, you just wasting your time, I mean, and they come strong. And I said, I just broke down to him, I said, well, words have power. I said, would you say something that you don't believe? He said, what do you mean, B? I said, I always get him with the first thing, I get the first thing. I said, the Book of Chronicles, do you know what that means? No, B, I don't know what Book of Chronicles means. I said, but it's in your book. The book actually means the God of time. Chronos. That was the Greek god of time. Chronos. So the Greek god of time, that is the root word of the word chronicles. So why would you have a Greek god of time in your Bible? What are they trying to get you to do? They're just trying to sway you in some kind of direction. You follow what I'm saying? I said that you didn't know. So if that you didn't know, that's something that's going to hinder you, or subconsciously, or that you don't understand, may lead you down another path. Mm-hmm. I said that's why it's important, whatever you speak, you need to understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Then he started to shut up. Instead of talking a sentence, he started talking a half a sentence. Mm-hmm. Yo, B, I said, now I broke down the word education. I taught y'all about education, right? Y'all remember what educate means? Dang, I didn't do my job. Oh, man. The thing with teaching is when you teach somebody something, you know they got it when they can teach somebody else it. Or grasp it. All right? Let's take a step back, Dwight. Let's look at the word educate. I'm sorry. Can y'all bear with me for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't understand the words come out of your mouth, right, have power, you're not going to understand how you need to live. All right? And when I learn this stuff, it's empowering because it helps people. The word educate, they're considered a verb. It was written in the 15th century, right? It says bring up children, to train, educate us. Past participle of educare. Bring up, rear, educare, Spanish educare, which is frequentative or otherwise related to educere, right? So when somebody says educate, this is what it means. And mind you, all right, I just want to borrow this for the purpose of pointing, okay? Now follow me? Because some people say, oh, he wanted to wear it because the preachers do it, okay? I just want to pick it right quick, okay? Then I'll put it back for those, all right? That's fine? You got to cover all your bases, Jess. This is crazy, bro, you know? Look at this. Educere, bring out, lead for, ed. So the first thing when you deal with education, I have to bring a mindset out of you. Whatever you know, I have to bring that bad doctrine or bad teaching out. That's X. Y'all feel what I'm saying? X, out, ed. I got to bring that information out. When you look up the word, well, I wish I had time. When you look up the word, I'm still gonna let y'all know. All right. When you look up the word X, out, ed, I bring out that bad teaching out, right? Then you got ducere, to lead, right? Once I bring something out, now I have to lead you back into another information. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Even when Yahushua came, he always had to condemn what they was doing in order to change, to lead them in a different direction, right? So that's why I say, I'm finna educate you. When people say, let me educate you, my brother, what they finna get ready to do, they're trying to take something out of you so I can put something back in you. You follow what I'm saying? And I told the guy, I said, brother, I can't educate you, man. And I broke it down to him. I said, educate, I can't take what you out because your conscience is already seared. You're not even allowing me to impart information to you because you closed off. Why would I keep talking to you? Dang, man, you ain't have to put it like that, B. You know what I'm saying? I said, it doesn't make sense to have this conversation, right? And then he was like, man, what's the name of your church, bro, and what it is? And I told him, right? But it was a dude in the back. And the dude in the back, they started arguing. He said, man, I'm not even trying to talk to you, man. You can't be educated. So when people realize something, when you can't be taught, it's already a wall built up right there. So you stop talking to the people that can't be educated or don't even want to have a communication. Because once that wall is built up, it's just hard to take. You follow what I'm saying? So to lead out, and then to lead, right? That's why they're dealing with education. That's why it's key to have your child educated by the right person. Because if I keep giving you Greek influence, right, that's what your child is going to become. And then when it's time for you to put something in or to change, what's going to happen? It's going to be hard. Then when they educate our children so strong that our children start fighting against us, that's a problem. That's what happens in life, right? That can't happen. That cannot happen. Now let's look up another word. Let's look up elementary. Do y'all know what elementary means? Somebody said this guy Bostic is tripping. Huh? Anybody can tell me the word elementary? What does that mean? Having the nature of one of four elements, right? Belonging to elements, rudiments, from elementum, element, meaning rudiment involving first principle, meaning simple, right? Now, let's look up the word rudiment. This is crazy. I said, man, this is wild. I said, wow. Let's look up rudiment. Rudiment, right? What it means, early training. First experience, beginning, first principle. Rudus, it means what? Unlearned, right? Untrained. That's why it's called elementary, because the kids know nothing. So when they know nothing, whatever I give them first will be their religion. The problem with us is that we are many religions. We are many teachings. We're a religion of the club, of alcohol, of weed, of sex. What God haven't you laid with? Right? So now, how do we educate you from an elementary state? How much time that's going to take, Austin? That's going to take a lot of time. Because we're addressing one matter at a time. Somebody say, I want to be saved. I want to come in here. I want to live right. I want to do what's right. Listen, the same amount of years it took you to get that wrong behavior is going to be the same amount of years to lead you out. So don't short Mr. Yahuwah on his time. Don't give him no timeline. Well, look how long you played. That's not fair. You've been home for 20 years. You want me to stay here 30 seconds once you leave the water? It can't happen like that. That's what I had to realize. That's why I had to sit my behind and I had to be educated down and be educated. I had to break myself down. Man. Yahushua said that if they don't come to me as a what? You was looking at it as if they don't come to me as a babe. No, he said if you don't have the mentality of somebody that can be educated to get retrained, you can't be saved. You're looking for a little child to come up. Man, this book get way deeper than. But when I started looking and I started learning, I said, I gotta sit my behind and come as a babe. Not as one coming back through my mom's womb, but just in my mindset so I can sit down and humbly accept what this man trying to tell me. Every time I hear the bar go forth and I get a resistance, that wall, I say I need to sit my behind down. Let's break down that wall, bro. Let's break down what you want to fight against, and let's just see what he's telling me. Let me start fighting. Let me start fighting. Then when I start fighting, it's starting to part, and it's going to start to make sense. Then you're going to build up a ruach wall, right? Because you're putting in something that's special, right? That's the purpose of us coming here. That's why he said you come as a little child. Suffer the what? To what? Come unto me. When the little children started coming unto him, what did the Methodist do? They forbade him. They stopped him. No, y'all don't need to be coming to this man. Listen, I would rather teach them than teach y'all. These kids, what we got, them kids so smart, man. They 10 times smarter than I was, you know what I'm saying, at that age. That's how I know they're going to surpass me, and that's what I want. Parents hold their kids back. It's not that you don't want your kid to be better than you, but you can't push them because you can't teach them what you don't know. That's why you got to allow the kids to, whatever they want to do, allow them to understand and teach them and get them to a right person that can help them move them forward. Listen, your parents didn't know how to work Facebook or Black Planet. Right? You did. Your parents didn't know how to do email. When I was coming out, AOL was coming out. Yeah. The kid don't know about that. To me, you know about AOL? Right? AOL? Dial-up internet? Dude, I feel old. I say back in my day, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know about that, right? They didn't know about email. So what you had to do with your parents? You had to help them out. What do you think our kids gonna have to do with us? They're gonna have to help us out. So you have to allow them to understand and get those innovative minds going. You get what I'm saying? The right way, so when that time comes, we still on top of our game. Don't hold them, don't forbid them kids to come and get no information, right? We need to guard them, we need to shamar them to get wrong information, right? But let me get back on subject, right? First principles. Now, first principles, right? Y'all understand? Rude. Who knows what that word means? R-U-D-E-N. Mean. Anybody else? Ian, I'm glad what you did. You know what you did? You took the first step. You raised your hand. You wasn't afraid if it was a right or a wrong answer, right? But you raised your hand, right? A lot of people, they're scared to take that chance, right? They're scared to take that chance. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to raise your hand, but sometimes you see what that kid did. It wasn't no fear in what he did, right? It popped in his head and what he did, boom, right? But what happens is when you've been wrong so long, let me just sit my behind down and shut up. That's another characteristic of something, of a child, what they have that adults lack. But when somebody say, boy, don't do that no more. Next time a question be asked, what he gonna do? He's gonna do the same thing. Imagine that happens over and over and over in his life. You know what he's gonna stop doing? He's gonna stop learning, he's gonna stop trying, and better yet, just say forget it. Y'all follow what I'm saying? I said, how you know about that? Because I took a doggone class in college and I never understood what it meant. But as I got older, I started to understand. We did a study. The study was when the kids come from a pizza game, they was happy, right? They was excited. After they came from a game, they went to go eat pizza. And then they saw they had on their jerseys and they decided, they walked into the pizza facility and they said, we're here to eat pizza, we're here to, just have a good time. And the first question an adult sees a child with a uniform on is, did you win the game? and they say, no, we didn't win the game. Oh man, go get them next time. So you know what that starts to do is like, dang, I only get praise when I win a game. But I don't get praise if I did good in the game and I'm getting to a chance of becoming a winner. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Because everybody want to be associated with winners and not losers. Right? So you know what happens? You never try. You never try because you always think that you're going to fail. That's just a mindset thing. Yahushua, he came down and guess what? He was the prototype of everything. But let me get back to the subject because I'm losing some of my people. Rude. Click on that word, Dwight. Rude, coarse, rough. Ruid was in the 13th century, or directly to Latin rudis, rough, cruel, unlearned, uncertain, and once say uncertain etymology, because they keep going. Rebel, unusual, preferred, derivation is not that form of same source Latin as a Latin rufus, right? Which means we'll break down to the word what? Red. So as we keep going, one of the main sources that it go down to is what? Red in color, right? And then when you say the word Adam, which means red, was the first man. Now we get back to the first state. Because when Adam came on the scene, who taught him? Yahuwah. He was his first teacher because he was going to learn everything that he got it straight from him. Pure doctrine, undefiled, all white cocaine. That Frank Lucas. Larry Hoover. I don't believe in magic, but that blue magic. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I taught him until somebody came in and imparted some what? More information. Because what the side did was he started educating Ka'ul on what you can have. But the reason that Ka'ul gave in, because he broke down the wall, right? He took out what she had because she told him that's not what Elohim wanted. Right? But when that wall get breaking down, now he finna put something in her. Now what he gonna do to her, as they call husband? She started to break down his wall. Impart that information, and he too, I also what? Ate. Y'all see what I'm saying? So when we start breaking down the words on getting to its root format, we got to understand all these things happen in the beginning as well. Does that make sense? So watch what you feed yourself. Because you got to think, rude, crude. You start thinking of meat. Don't they use crude for meat? Crude, rough, oil, raw. You get what I'm saying? It's rough. It's not formed, right? You feel what I'm saying? So it comes to a basics. So basically, what does this mean? This means that everything has to be broken down to its elementary state, right? Only reason I'm giving y'all these Greek words or Latin words because that's what we learn, right? The words that we got, every word we speak, it forms a characteristic itself. Right? As soon as I say truck, what happens? What's the first thing that pops in your mind? A picture of a truck. If I say well, what pops in your mind? A shamble, something. But y'all see what happens. As soon as I spread a word, who taught you that? Right? How do you know red is red? You was taught. How do you know red is not blue? And you'll argue me down, red is red. Right? How do I know red is red? Because when I start breaking out the word Adam, blood, dom, whatever dom is, that is, right, yeah, that color. So whenever somebody starts saying dumb, I see what? Red. In our mind, does that make sense? Dumb, 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 dumb. So as life start to go, I can't change dumb to blue because dumb, first man, dumb, red, man. You get what I'm saying? So that's how language started get developing. Right? Then you got aduma, right? Which means what? The ground, down, ooh, go, aduma, oh, aduma. What does that mean? The ground is what? The same color as dumb. So now what I started doing, I started associating those group of words. And I perform a language. That's what happens in our life. Right? These words didn't just pop up. The reason I like our etymology, because when I see a word and I don't understand what it means, I get straight to the root word and I understand what is it trying to say. I'm not making up no words. I'm just getting to these words. They work together. The same thing we started talking about in Romans chapter 15. Working together with what? Same mind and same what? Because if we speak the same thing, we're going to see the same thing. Y'all follow what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to break that down. So, the book of Bereshit, and I'm longer over my time than I wanted to be, but Bereshit chapter 1 at verse 1. The power in words, Gavin. Why did he call my name? Because you was looking at me. As I promised, back down. Break the wrist, walk away. All right, the book of Bereshit, chapter 1 and 1. Listen to this first. Yes. Yep.
And the Uras was without form and void, and Kashat was upon the Pani of the deep.
Yes.
And the Ruach of Elohim moved upon the Pani of the Ma'in.
Yep.
And Elohim said,
What did he say, Lee?
let there be Aru.
And what happened?
And there was Aru.
Y'all see that? When he spoke, what happened? Action. We ain't had no negotiations, Chris. When he spoke, it was action. Do you believe it? If you don't believe it, can't be saved. You got to believe it, right? Because it was created. I believe once he spoke, it was created. That's why I say there's power in what? That's why you have the same mouth. Because whatever you put in the atmosphere, as they call it, what? They say it's going to manifest, right? Only thing they're doing is getting it from him. Why? If not, why did he tell you he spoke it, then it became? That's the reason why. When people say, man, words got power, man, you can't just be throwing stuff out there and start to come. They get it from right here. So when I speak it, it started to become. Right? Because that's what my Elohim did. That's why when y'all see Boston up here talking about what he gonna get, what this and this, I put it out there. Because when you start putting things out there, now it's up to you to go and do it. It ain't on nobody else but you. At the end of the day, once you say, you got to do what you got to do exactly what you said. You got to be a person of your word. I can't get into it, but when we started to bring our offerings to Mr. Yahuwah, the one thing we had to bring was our vow. Right? Why is that important? Because I have to tell him what I'm going to get ready to do throughout this year, throughout this span, and I have to have an attachment to be able to what? To perform it. So you know what they say? Man, it's better not to make a vow than break it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't make one. So you know what you do? You never put forth something to say, I'm going to do it. And you're going to be reserved in what you're doing. And you ask yourself, why am I not growing? You're not even putting those things in front of you. Why am I not growing? Why am I not getting? Why am I'm not being saved? Why am I not understanding the bar? When you pull out, do you even pull out loud to yourself? Do you even put goals out? Do you say, how do to Mr. Yahuwah? Some people are even reserved to even say that. Lift up your hands, get Talim. Hallelujah. It's a feeling. That's why over in Kush is always a rhythm, a beat. Boom. It's a feeling because it's attachment. That's what brings things to it. Man, I just got to hear that beat, Breezy. Big Austin, Get Cookie, Dwayne. Once I hear that beat, what happened? I'm going to put some words on it. Listen, it's a whole course when dealing with music, as they call it. I can go deep on that just to mess my mind up one day. Just to mess my mind up totally, right? So with me, when people start telling me stuff, I go deep, I go further. I like to just keep going. Just to say, hey man, you heard about the Fibonacci? You remember that, Lee? He said, you know about the Fibonacci and trading? And I said, yeah, Jay, I know about the Fibonacci. I just knew a little bit, right? Some people could say it's not true, but I always like to educate you all, right? Do you mind being educated a little bit? All right. Dwight, I want you to turn to something. I want you to Google Fibonacci logos. Oh, he can't spell it, don't worry about it. Hey man, listen. Google is the answer to all things. Just start typing and believe, and it shall come up. You see that? It's right there in front of you. I can't say, you're not even a good cheater in this class. It's right there. It starts you off. F-I-B-O. No. God, dog, brother. Logo. So Jay, what they say is Fibonacci is, right? Fibonacci is a trading tool to understand if you put this tool up, these are the trades that you should do, and this is where it's going to stop, and this is where it's going to go. That's what it say. But Fibonacci is also a basis of art what people base their logos on, which means with the art of the eye, when people see something, if it doesn't look like this, it's not attracted to them. Even Rudy didn't even know. See, they say even your face has a Fibonacci feel to it. Because they say, do you have a perfect face? There you go, what's a perfect face? Because once you start to see, right, now I'm starting to be attracted to it. See, y'all, I keep going. You can't just make a logo. They don't just make logos. Logos are centered in a way, and it's attractive to the eye. So when you start looking at the Apple symbol, you'll have a Fibonacci. You'll see this symbol, and it starts and it goes. And it always starts with this. Boom, that's the Fibonacci. Keep going up. Pepsi has it. View all. BP has it. You see how this is centered, right? It got to be perfect. It got to be here. It got to come from here and come around. Y'all see that? Not only your words are intentional, but your site is intentional as well. And they learn that because if I want to bring you to my product, whatever my commercials I have to say it. Whatever I put on I have to see, it has to be there. Then I got to give you a meaning. Boom. So when Jay had said that, Jay, I was like, goodness, man. I said, this guy don't know what he's doing. Spindle, you see that? They just reverse it. Even a Nike check. Do Fibonacci Nike. It's crazy, man. I say, man, what are these people doing to me? You understand what I'm saying? Listen, man, this world is so crazy, and you think you just doing something, and it's there. You see it? Look at this. Boom, you see that? Boom. It's that same little curve I said, inside out. Boom, it starts here, and they keep going. And I'm like, goodness, man. So when you're dealing with Greeks and Latin influences, listen, man, they got you on every sign. Words, sight, feeling. Now I gotta put the beats in it. Doom, 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 doom. How you know about that? Do Fibonacci in music, Dwight. Oh. Music sequence. Go down, Dwight. Y'all see this? Y'all remember this note, Dwayne? You know what that is? What is that note, Dwayne? That's the bass clef. What does the bass clef do, Dwayne? It's the lower octaves. Are the lower octaves important? Yes. Because it's the boom, 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 boom. That be knocking. That be knocking. So when that be knocking, now they hit them words. Boom, boom, boom. So when people create music, and you be like, how these persons keep having these #1 hits? Brother, I go see the people. Sounds and vibrations. Do, do, do. Oh, that thing just took me. Do, do. boom, bam, bam. It's a sequence. Boom. Fibonacci in sequence, Dwayne. Boom. Everything is intentional and you think that you just living life. Imagine you just controlled by all this stuff and you just rolling. And as I go, I'm educating you. Y'all follow what I'm saying? All this could be untrue. You ain't gotta believe none of this. But it's people in the world that believe this that's making stuff. And it look like the majority of people that's making it, it look like we like to do it. It gets even deeper when it starts talking about sequence of numbers. Because when you start breaking out these numbers, all numbers gonna come back to the same thing. Boom. That's why when people say these kids are autistic, but they're always good in math, they catch the rhythm and they know it. So once I catch the rhythm, it doesn't matter what number you coming out. I'm coming out with it, boom. Here you go, 33, 22. Because the number, how it goes is, whatever the number before, that's what it becomes, right? 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Y'all see that? When you do 1 plus 1 is what? 3. Now I gotta do 2 plus 3, give me 5, right? Now I gotta do 3 plus 5, give me what? 8. Now I gotta do 5 plus 8, give me what? Now I gotta get 13 plus that number before. Now listen, this whole math thing is crazy. What does this got to do with my soul salvation? When you playing with these people, you got to understand where they're trying to take you on every angle. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm quick to hear and I'm slow to speak. I want to see what you're saying, and whatever you're saying, if I ain't finna agree with it, I ain't even finna have this conversation with you. Because you finna start taking me down this road, and I don't even know what you finna educate me on. I don't know what you finna take out of me. I don't know what you finna put in me. So, brother, let me have you just slow down for a minute. And let me put on my etymology book right quick. Do I get off this screen? Please do. Please do. Justin, it's your fault. It's your fault. The stuff keep going, and you think you know stuff, but listen, I'm gonna hit you every side. Boom, boom. Right? Music, Dwayne know what it is. It's that little octave. Is that important to beats? Is it not the important thing or one of the important things? And why does it look like that, Dwayne? It's crazy. But he said, let it be light, and what happened? It was light. Right? Because he seen the void as we discussed before, and he filled it. That's right. All right? The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8 at verse 11. If you don't get anything from what I said today, and I'm not even going to go on what I was going to talk about. If you don't get anything what I say, whatever you put out your mouth, that's a goal, I need you to do it. Do it. I want to be sure. I want to be saved. You need to do it. I'm going to live right. You need to do it. I'm going to obey. You need to do it. Because our Creator, what he said, it was done. And you're not operating in the image of him if you're not completing your task. That's right. If he's going to vow a vow and says, if you do this, I'm going to save you, why are you not going to do the opposite to him, back to him? Say, I'm going to do this and hope, and I know you're going to save me. I'm going to do this, and I need you to hold your end. That's what I do. Because I tell myself, listen, man, if I'm down here doing what you told me to do, either I'm doing something wrong or I'm doing something incorrectly. That's the difference. Doing something wrong, that means I don't even want to do it. Incorrectly means I'm trying to do it, but I'm not doing it the right way. You follow what I'm saying? If that's the case, that's why when we were serving Jesus, we had the right characteristic, but we were doing it incorrectly. Because the words that we was coming out, it wasn't matching what he's understanding and hearing, and we're not getting the results. That's why I say I want to get to the point. I need to get to the root of it. Because I need to be matching up on every angle. On sight, appearance, on all this. And I was going to talk about, because even our arbory words, it has different meanings. I'm going to do a little bit so it'll make sense, right? And mind you, this information I didn't create, I didn't learn, right? I learned it from somebody else, because these people, they have our information. The only way you're going to go get your information, you got to go steal it back from your captors. Our ancestors are not here to teach us. It's up to us to go back and get it and put these things back on line upon line, precept upon precept. Right? Give me at verse 9. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8 at verse 9. Listen to the Sefer.
For ye know the con of our Adon Yahushua HaMashiach,
That's right.
that though he was rich,
Yep.
yet for your sakes he became poor.
Listen, he had all things, but in order to come teach you and educate you, I got to come on what? Your level. I have to become a rudiment. I have to become the element. I have to become low. Right? Because I got to be able to reach you. What good is of a conversation if a rich man come and talking to you? I ain't gonna understand it. I'm not rich. What you gonna tell me? Yeah, you know what you need to do. You know what I did back in the 80s? I invested in myself. What are you telling me?
Right,
How about you tell me when you was poor, what did you do to get what you got?
right.
They can't do that. Yeah, I have all these, I bought up 300 acres. How did you buy that 300 acres? That's the question I ask rich people.
Right.
Who taught you that? What's a lesson that you learned that changed your life? I don't care about what you got. I need something that's gonna help me in my state. So that's why when he was rich, he had to become poor because I had to come to an elementary state, a rude state, right? Unlearned, a red state, so we can understand what he's dealing with. I talked about, earlier before I even started my message, I talked about some things that I didn't have, the sacrifices that I didn't have. Because I know how it is. But what I use the formula to keep going, and whatever I'm going to say, I do it. I may not did it overnight, but I just did it methodically, inch by inch. Boom. I always tell you about being successful. Just complete a certain task. You're successful at that task, and you keep going. That's what I had to do. And what else?
That ye, through his poverty, might be rich.
Uh-huh.
And herein I give my advice.
I give my opinion. I give my advice. Uh-huh.
For this is expedient for you,
Yes.
who have begun before, not only to do, but also to be forward a year ago.
Yep. Uh-huh. So he said, not only I said it to do, but I said it a year ago. To do what? Read it in English, Chris. In plain English. What does that verse say?
And herein I give my advice, for this is expedient for you,
Yep.
who have begun before, not only to do, but also to be forward a year ago.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore perform the doing of it,
Yep.
that as there was a readiness to will,
Uh-huh.
so there may be a performance also.
You see what he said? So whatever he put out his mouth of forwardness, I said I'm going to do. You know what he did? He did it. Then they say, but first, you have to have a what? A willing mind, a ready mind. That means you got to make it up in your mind and say, this is something I'm going to do. Right. Then once I put it in my mind, then I'm going to say it. This is what I'm going to do. Now that I think it, now that I say it, now my mindset is I got to do it. And shut your mouth, no excuses. Sometimes you got to get out your own way. Somebody told me that. I never understood it. Sometimes you have to get out of your own way. What does that mean? You set goals, but what you say? You put yourself right in front of it. Nah, just chill, man. It's not that time. You get what I'm saying? That's what happens. You need to be feeding your own mind. That's what happened. Not only you got to be a readiness, it got to be a performance of what you need to do. Go ahead, Chris.
So there may be a performance also out of that which ye have.
Yep.
For if there be first a willing mind,
What happens?
it is accepted according to that a each hath,
Yep, and what?
and not according to that he hath not.
Hey, man, I want to make $1 million. Well, if you want to make $1 million, you need $300 million. You're like, man, I ain't even got $300 million. How am I make $1 million? I know that probably ain't make sense, but you see what it means. How you want me to, let me change it up. I want to build a house. How am I going to build a house and I don't even got the tools? Right? So what he's saying is, everything that you have in your ability, those are the goals that you set. This is something I know I got, I know I can do. Guess what? I'm finna set it and do it.
Right.
Don't say I'm finna go build an Empire State Building and you never even took architectural courses.
Right.
That makes no sense. Those are unattainable goals. Set goals that you can reach and you can reach them. I set simple goals for myself. I need to charge my phone at night when I go to sleep. Because when I wake up, I need to be ready to hit this road with a fully charged phone, and I don't need to be looking for no charger every 2 hours. Because when I look for a charger every 2 hours, it slows me down in what I need to do in my business. You see how that simple goal can affect a whole day? Mm-hmm. And then if your phone go dead, you gonna ask somebody, hey man, you got a charger? That's the worst thing. When I be here, I don't know how many times I ask, but I look for all my Apple people. You get what I'm saying? My Apple people that have elevated.
Yes, sir.
In technology.
That's right.
Worship. But don't worry, my Apple people, you seen what happened? They came back around, now everybody got to go Apple. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But it's according to the things that you have. You see Tamika and Val did not clap. I call them Andrina because they androids. I would have a competition. I say, oh, hey, let's FaceTime each other. Oh, we got FaceTime? They got to go to an app. Oh, we right here. Here, go right here. Oh, you see my pictures? I'll be like, come on, man. Come on, let's chill, let's chill. I'm taking pictures of the Shamash, man. I'm here. Boom. Boom. You get what I'm saying? I'm seeing the stars. What galaxy we going to? Where we at? That's all right there. That's all right there. Come on, man. Let's see. We want the key. Them boys are trying to get to the smoke. Man, a good fog will mess up an Android camera every day. I'm sorry, Android, I digress. I'm coming back. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you have to be able to accomplish goals. If you want to make $100, you need to have at least a dollar or something to invest. You got to put something in something in order to get things out of it. Right? You got to have it. But if you got a willing mind, you're starting somewhere. Does that make sense? He's not asking you to have all things, but you're starting somewhere at a point. A willing mind is just to say, okay, I want to do this, and let me complete what I'm saying I'm going to do. That's simple. But what we do is say, I want to be saved, but at the same time say, man, I still want to go do this on the side. It can't work like that because both of your goals are conflicting each other. That's right. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Yes, when you have conflicting goals, you're not going to get to the same thing, all right? I learned this from somebody. You know, anybody know the significance of a rhino? A rhino, right? Why a rhino is so dangerous? Because once a rhino get focused in on something, that's it. He's charging. It's over. Once you see the rhinos run, once they see something, it's over. Once a rhino makes his decision, it's gone. The only reason I like that terminology is because I consider that terminology to be focus. Once I'm focused on something, I'm finna keep driving at that. You get what I'm saying? Until you achieve it. If I'm focused on salvation, that's what I need to be driving towards. All right? So, read it again, Chris.
For if there be first a willing mind, it is accepted according to that each hath.
Yep.
And not according to that he hath not.
Uh-huh.
For I mean not that other unashamed be eased and ye burdened.
Uh-huh.
But by any equality, that now at this time your abundance may be a supply for their want.
You see that? What that means is once a person makes it to a certain level that I have an abundance of, that I'm gonna understand my supply and my demands on people. If I gotta supply something, right, and somebody need it, who's best to give it to them but me? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? If who should have all things, who's the best person to give it to us? Him. That's right. Right? Once he gives that to you, and you're elevated, once you have a supply of something, what you gonna do? You're gonna give it to somebody else. That's why as we grow, we can't bite and devour one another. Whoever got that momentum, let them keep going.
That's right. That's right.
Guys, listen. Let the people who got the momentum keep going, and you push them, and you help them, and you encourage them as much as possible.
That's right.
If something you don't like, you just say, I just don't like this, but I like your concept. Let's change this. You understand what I'm saying? And then when somebody do something good, you need to be doing the same thing, encouraging.
That's right.
I like that concept. Keep that going. That's how we grow as a people. Let the person who got the momentum go.
That's right.
Man, when me and Dave have my business, man, sometimes, listen, I got the ideas. I'm hitting, boom, 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 boom. I hit a drought. Dave say, boss, what about this? I said, dang, you got it? Dave, let's go. Now, the preacher said, when them two get together, the reason why we so good partners, because listen, whatever we set to do, let's hit it. Boom. We lose it all. Dang. We start, you know what we doing? We get right back in the paddy vans. You know what I'm saying? We got to just build back that money up.
That's right.
We ain't complaining. We ain't saying nothing.
Right.
We got to go from whence we came.
That's right.
Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go, man. This thing right here about 10 grand. Dang, 10 grand? Whew, man. Let's go. Because once that 10 grand turn to 20, turn to 30, 50, 100 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand, once the momentum start going, right, we there.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're not afraid to try. That's what I'm talking about, that willing mind. So when people always say, well, how do you get the way you go? I say, man, as we try, we fail. Failure is the best teacher sometimes. Because when you fail, you always don't like to repeat that same thing and you do something better. Only time you become a failure when you keep failing and doing the same thing stupidly over and over again. It's not getting you nowhere. Does that make sense? So he started talking about equality. It doesn't matter what a person has, whatever he get to, whatever my supply is, man, and your demand, let's work together and let's get it. That's why Yahushua, he became poor, right? But he always put those things in us. That's why when he say Abinu, when he talked about it, keep reading a couple more verses, Chris.
That their abundance also may be a supply for your want.
Uh-huh.
That
They talking about supply and demand. They been had it back then. But you know when let me shut up. Go ahead, Chris.
That there may be equality.
Yep.
As it is Katab, he that had gathered much had nothing over.
I
And he that
don't care how much money you get. You ain't gonna have over than what he wants you to do. That's right. It's gonna be a ceiling. Whenever he say, that's it, your cap, you ain't gonna have nothing over. That's what you need for your situation. Uh-huh.
and he that had gathered little had no lack.
Yep. So even though you think you don't have nothing, you still have abundance because you're surviving. Right? Uh-huh.
But Hadu be to Elohim,
Yep.
which put the same earnest care into the lob of Titus for you.
Mm-hmm.
For indeed he accepted the exhortation, but being more forward of his own accord, he went unto you.
Uh-huh. So he said, you know what, I need to keep going encouraging people. Right? And when we start talking about have nothing over and no lack, I went back to the Sefer when we start talking about the bread, the manna that came down from Shamayim. He that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. So he always had what we had, what you needed. So even in the book of Matthew, when he started going over, teach us how to palau, and he said, give us this yom our daily lakam. What that means is, feed me what's necessary, what it is to get me through the day. I'm not asking for give me 5 loaves of bread that you fed the 5,000 with. Come on, stop being stupid, man. Give me the fishes, all the fishes I need right now. What you gonna do with it? You don't even have a freezer to put them. The fishes that they gave, listen, they ain't want to have no spoil. What they had to do? They had to give it out right now. Give it out that day. That's what you call daily lakam. Yom lakam. Whatever I need for the day, I'm surviving. Boom, I'm surviving. As soon as I read that about the book, I get to business mind. He said, you know what I would have did? Boom, this is what I would have did. I would have gave my kids what they need. I wouldn't have ate my bread. I would have sold my bread. Cause I'm gonna sell my bread for something tangible that I think I can hold back to that next day, Austin, right? So every day, if I fast for 7 days, I got 7 days worth of money to go buy some new bread. Money or whatever they had. You get what I'm saying? So now I catch up, boom, I'll catch up on this end, boom, then I'm ready to go buy something else, boom, then I'll be able to sell. That's my mind be going, I don't know. It probably was somebody back in that day was an innovator like me, I don't know. But I'm like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I gotta get ahead now. I know you said daily bread, but I gotta think about it. If he gave it to me now, it's up to me. I gotta make it flip. Cause what the book say now, he gave 10 talents out. So I went and buried it, ate it, remember, gone. I ain't eating it. Flip. See, I'm on my mindset, I'm like, listen, because it's according to what a man have and what he what? Have not. I started talking about leverage. Anything that you have, you leverage it to get you ahead. Right? Anybody that I know, I need to use them to make money. Or anything that I have in my pocket, I need to find out how to flip this to make something. So how the business is just things that I can leverage what I have to get what I want.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what I use, leverage. Boom, get me here, get me there. Listen, that's my time. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. How's y'all doing, man? Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, how y'all doing? All right. Hallelujah. All right, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate that. Okay, some good information, isn't that right? We get ready so we want to rest the gas. Some good information. Isn't that right? That's how these people start putting how to use symbols and different things, how to use subtraction. That's right. That part of marketing, a lot of people don't learn that about colors and different things like that. Certain colors you use and certain colors you don't use. Typically, a lot of people use McDonald's colors. Except for restaurants, you'll notice a lot of restaurants, they're going to put something red in their writing. That's a McDonald's color. The yellow, the gold, those are McDonald's colors. We were kids, you saw that sign anyway. You said McDonald's. Because they know how to get you with coloring. It's the red and the gold coloring. A lot of people use it. Artists, they use that red. You know, most of them, all of them going to put that red in there. They mimic it. McDonald's don't have the accolade they used to have. You didn't ever catch that up there. Notice even they told us, even with Yahushua and other people, they used the cord that was red. Everybody tied that scarlet cord around them. He told you about how they mark and they position things and symbols. Same thing with Yahushua. He told you going to put an ox in the shamin and on the arise. You notice it was red? They didn't color. That's what made everybody look. The book said they should look on him. That's not going to work unless you market it right. You had to give it a color. What people look at to be attraction. Told you about the Greeks and the Latin, how they use it. Same thing. Even Paul, he wrote a title. He put it on the two. Because the place where he was putting it at, remember? That's right. A lot of people going to be there. So you know how to market it. You know how to symbol it. That's what made people come. They're going to look at it. Same thing when the people were bidding. They used to, even with the color, our color with me, they took it and people were bidding. They had to turn around. They had to look at it. Bouchard had to know how to put it on the stick, market it the right way to get people to look at it. Hello? I guess it's what, yeah. As far as trying to obtain natural things, everybody this. It's all about what you want in life. There's people in life you'll never beat. I've seen it. How long? You know how to keep my eyes on you, ain't it? That's the best performance you did, right on time. Why he messing around like he didn't know what he supposed to do then? He knew exactly. Got to get that money. But it is very critical. People realize what you're trying to do in life, where you're trying to go. Don't make a big difference on what you put behind. A lot of people don't want nothing, so you don't do a whole lot. You have to realize, I'm talking about as far as natural, whatever, and even come down to the ruach, the more what you invest into something is what you're going to get out of it. A lot of times why people don't actually obtain salvation, because they don't put a lot in it. That's not something that's keen on people's agenda of getting or trying to have. That's got to be your first primary focus. What you're trying to obtain salvation-wise. That gives you your guidelines on how far you can go out here and achieve others. There's a lot of stuff I could achieve here, but because of where I'm trying to go, I can't do it. So I'm just being honest. There's a lot of people going to have a whole lot more than you. They can study a whole lot more than you because that's what they want. There's a lot of stuff in where I don't want. I just want to be, I want to be right first and foremost. I know I got to take care of these people. So, ain't but so far I can go. I got a lot of opportunities coming with. I can't do it. Some stuff people come, I tell people, it ain't my hustle. I've seen people do a whole lot of stuff they get. I love it. Ain't my hustle. That's your hustle. because of where you at and where you trying to go, you can do that. I can't do it. It kind of like Val and when Big Lee said, you can do it, but for me, it'd be Qatar. And there's a lot of stuff out here you can do. Don't make no mistake. There's so many different ways out here you can make money. You can come up on money that's ridiculous. But for us, because of what we believe, what we do, we can't do what everybody else does. Just being honest, we can't use it. Some stuff people tell they do, you say, that's all right there, but I can't do it. I'd turn down a lot of stuff people offer me to do. Don't work for me because of what I'm trying to do. I can't overload my mind with a whole lot of stuff. I can't get myself involved in a whole lot of stuff. Got to come down to this, they got to be primary. That's what I tell everybody here to do. A lot of people you were rich, you'll have a better natural life, but you won't obtain nothing with the Ruach. So it's a balance you got. It is, it's a balance. Some people drive and go too hard for stuff. Even when Yahushua told he don't want to be too rich. He said, give me everything. He said, I don't want to be too rich. He said, I'll forget. And there's a lot of these people out here, that's what, listen, when you try to talk to people with money, it's hard for them to accept a lot of stuff we do. It's a poor man way. Because it been divided out the wrong way. People giving the wrong concept about it. It's something you got to obtain first. You got to try to obtain that. You got to get the Ruach HaKodesh. That's your bottom line. Like, I got to get the Ruach HaKodesh. Get the Ruach HaKodesh. Just got to remember what you're trying to do. That's first foremost with anything you get. The other stuff you get ain't going to help you. You get all that, you got to go back and spend all your money at somebody's hospital, somebody's doctor, somebody's morgue somewhere. Make sure you get the Ruach HaKodesh. All right, know how to live, how to walk. So when you get these natural things, it don't take you down. It don't pull you away. It don't overload you. It become your drive and your source. I'm telling you, you'll lose something. A whole lot of them people, you see a lot of these people that got money, got fame and riches, sit down and talk with them. They ain't got nothing. You'll look at what they got, you'll realize, you know what? I wouldn't even want what you have. Some of y'all would because you just that carnal mind and you don't look at the whole concept of the guy. Everybody around them fake. Even the people ain't nobody around them real. They don't have one real friend. They real friend riding. They don't have nobody they can trust. Their family waiting to sue them. They can't do nothing really. You can't trust everybody around you, only around you because of what you got. They don't have one person around them because of them being who they are. Everybody they obtain in life they got is only because of what they can do. And as soon as they can't do that, they're going to lose everybody around. See, what we got is quality. They got quantity of people around them, and nobody can be trusted. Everybody a backstabber. Everybody trying to write a book deal off you. Everybody trying to get on MT, trying to get on TMZ on you or trying to get some woman waiting on something to happen so she can get pregnant, take a pin, stick a hole in the rubber pack. I mean, you got every trick out here going. Just for the fact of a woman lying saying she's going to take you to court saying you raped her, you did. You got to pay her off. You can't even afford the scheme. Because guess what happened? People pulling endorsement. At that point, we snatching endorsement. We canceling out all your concerts, no movie shoot. Can't afford it. Because if you come up guilty, we got to scrap this whole project. I got more people going to be boycotting me. It's going to cost me money. So now it's to your benefit to pay that person off. And you ain't even touch them. So you pissed, you upset, you hurt, you out of money just so you can make more money. And then you got this scar, and that person can always come back. And they got a friend. There's some more people come behind them. Y'all think that boy, what's his name? Who they got down from Chicago, the one they got locked up in there? R. Kelly. He the only one? It's a flood of them guys. Your government made these. And they always set something out of that can break them later. Bill Cosby, he came down for something in the 70s. Do y'all know the statutory rape is like 4 years? Do you know how dirty these crackers are? The fact they could keep something on record from the 70s and put it up and learn how to beat their own limitation of statute of limitation. Whenever these white folk want these people, they can take them down. That's why I try to implore y'all to be your own person. People can't be their own people. They can't say what they want to say. They definitely can't do what they want to do. They have to do what the white people tell them to do. Even that little black boy, they got a little boy playing, he's Satan. They say sliding down some pole to have sex with slaves. He belonged to them. He belonged to them. They put him out here, they control him. They use him because they got all type of people out here and they got to feed every one of these different every type of these emotional mindsets out here. They got everybody. Whatever your thing is, they got something for you. Hey, you'll go to a bar, come up, you know what that said? Name your poison. Why they tell you to name your poison? Because we got it. Just tell her what you want, we got it. Hey, keep it. Y'all in a real good, secure place. Got somebody watching over you. Most of y'all miss you who are first. I try to tell y'all a lot of stuff that beneficial, that can help y'all in the long run. A lot of this other stuff, everything is temporary. Thing we got to work on that, what's eternal. What's a real resting place. Day, sleep, walk, or drive away to you being out of here. Mind you got, check the mind he loaned you. He get ready, how he keep it. Whatever he got, he usually had to take it from somebody else to give it to somebody. Said it like they said with them Bitcoin. They not making no more Bitcoin. It's only so many out there. Bishop, who ain't got no more seats in the Mount Cool, ain't but so many of them out there. Ain't no extra people gonna get saved. Ain't no extra people gonna get in. It's only set out and divvied out for a certain amount of people. Those people are gonna be people that are gonna dedicate themselves to him more than anything else they got. Your wife, your husband, kids, your finance, your health, your association with people. This is how you start finding out the true people gonna get in. You say, I know I'm gonna get in. How many of y'all want to get in? How many of y'all working to get in? Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Everyone, please leave your hand up. Once every one of us get tested on the right thing, it's nothing else start happening. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking. You know, some stuff I don't agree with. I'm just kind of looking at some, things. I can put them down now. If you get tested, the hand come down. Not literally like him, because it'll spark the right thing in you. You realize you don't really want it that bad. Man, put it right there in your face. Say, this is a seat, you can have it. But this is what I want you to do. Once he start going down through the target list of everything all of us in here doing and we got, you'll back off. You'll back off. People greater than us done it. That's why we got to come in and we look at it. You really got to set your mind. Really got to consider what's the most important thing. He'll allow things to dangle right here in front of your face. You got to make a choice. Everybody in here, I'm telling you now, it's easy to say, how many of y'all want to get in? How many of y'all working to get in? How many of y'all refuse to let something keep you from getting in? Until he come and test us at the right place. And then when that hand start coming down, you start changing. Because now what you got to do, you can't lock a quitter. Y'all can put them down now. But the other folks let them up like we gave them already something. No, it was just saying, when we get tested, that's how you know what you're made of. I say here in that job, I had to be tested for that job. I had to constantly be tested for that job because I'm competing. There are people that start out that let it go, that quit because of other things, they choose other way. So you have to constantly be tested so you can consider. There are people that have ran longer than me, have accomplished more than me, but when that right thing got touched on, it ain't that serious. I just been kind of looking, to say it's one way. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of narrow-minded. You know where that going, ain't it? I just been kind of thinking, this stuff around here don't be right. Let me see. How many of y'all with no doubt believe Yahushua HaMashiach was perfect? Tell me. Perfect you gonna get. Right you gonna get. Everything around him was right too. Yehuda was right there with him the whole time. You know how many people gonna fall away because they gonna say, yeah, I see somebody ain't right. I mean, if the word really there, everybody should be right. Yahushua was the word. That's right. Everybody around him wasn't right. I start to see people leaving. I mean, it's the word and everything. Why people leaving? You talking about 74 people walk out at one time? Yeah. 72 people one time. And that's probably because he wasn't right, huh? See, he set them up every time. But see, when they tell you that stuff, they already got something else going on. I already tell them, folks, can't stay up. I already know what you got. You got something else going on. I'm not saying people not gonna nug it because we running so much to try to achieve, trying to be saved, and you still got a normal life, a natural life you gotta try to compete to have. But I watch behaviors. He told them that drawback. They sensual. He don't have the rule out. They separating themselves. I be trying to listen, don't be trying to rub and try to prove to me where you at. It'll show up in the day in the bed of my probably everybody. Listen. Don't you let that get you out. Folks will pull you out. Folks start mumbling, grumbling. They got another agenda. Because they know something. They don't need to hide it. Bring it on out to the light so all of us can know it. Preacher ain't right. I know it. Don't hold that. How many of y'all need them to hold that? Preacher ain't right. They know. How many of y'all need them to hold that and pray on it? How many of y'all need to know right now? Yeah, I would get up there. You're a liar. You're a liar to link and your booty hole stink. Listen, I'm living this thing. This is what I believe. I ain't got no reason. I ain't no sidewinder. Don't y'all think these folks would have been shut me down? Y'all don't think these folks would have been came out no work on me? They gonna let me go? I'm running everybody down. Sissy, homo, bulldyker. Y'all hear me? Nigga, coon, spick. I call everyone a cracker. Slant-eyed. I hit every one of them. I strike them on purpose to get them pissed. Because you know something, tell it. Yeah, I just want to let, I want to tell it. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Don't let anybody make no fool out you. Don't let anybody make it. I'm standing. I get tested. I'm looking to keep standing. I don't think too much of myself. I think more on him. I'm a man. I can do what everybody else do. Man, he keep me. Listen, I do like by, listen, I analyze, I consider. Where I'm going, I get through. That's why I can't get when people do, where I'm going. What if nobody don't know but me and her, me and him? It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up into my part. It don't make sense to waste my time. It's coming up. Now I see people do, who done got away yet? It's coming back up. He got to make it come back up. That's what, if I can get away and nobody don't come, why wouldn't I? What I'm saying, I still wouldn't do it. I ain't going to tell that lie. I do it because I know it coming back up. Mister, who ain't took nothing away from me? I can still have sex. Till he come, he take your sex drive away. You probably got that other spirit. He ain't took mine away. 2 minutes is still 2 minutes. I get over sometime now. I say, ain't it all right? Won't he do it? Every now and then he'll let you topple over. While you doing this thing, you living this life. He don't take away no sex drive, man. He don't take away no tape for no alcohol. I know I see a bill, that thing sweating cold. I know that thing. I can't even think. You's a liar. I know what a cold sweating bill taste like. You ever had one had like little ice in it? That thing chug a lug going down. But I know what I got to do. I got to make it in. That far away anything. Man, I had a hotel room, man. They ain't put that look in now. He might not be quite all the way where it need to be. Don't put. Everybody had 2 bottles. Look, I just had 2 bills. I was never afraid to get that water. I'm thinking like, what you doing? Man, what you talking about? I was saying, what you doing? But that thing started running my mind. I mean, Bill. Bill ain't liquor. I ain't even tell that time, man, that man started right there. I used to drink beer. I want to know, I drunk Coors, them were too cold, and Coors got Rocky Mountain. The mountains on their cold, they got ice on the can. I said, man, I closed it fit right. What that thing doing? Trying to see if it's still talking. Y'all remember they had that one, and that butter used to talk to you, open the butter? That thing talk to you like that butter. Parquet. Don't let nobody fool y'all talking about, man, you get sad, you don't get tempted. Why? Yahushua was tempted and tested. And what did he do? He stood. He didn't take his word on you born of me, that's enough. You got to be tested. Y'all don't let that stuff out here and pull y'all out now. There's a lot of stuff out here. There's a lot of folks you can meet. There's a lot of stuff you can do out here. Man, that stuff will pull you out here. You don't be careful. You got to know how far to go and when to cut stuff out. So, that's as far as I can go right now. Know when you done got to your stop. You know what I'm saying? That's it. My mama said years ago, they walk each other home. You walk for her. When you get to your house, know to your house. Don't walk past your house. Go on in your house. You know when you got how far you got to go. So that's far as I can go right there. Go on in your place. They got to keep going. They'll be all right. That's their journey. You learn where your journey at. Y'all remember that? Sometimes your house, you'll get to yours quicker than somebody else. Some folks keep going. They got somewhere. They going out the way. And you got to know when you got to say, that ain't for me. I'd rather make mine study and make it how I make and get it, and I don't have nobody hand in my behind. I'm real particular about it. I don't want nobody to come on, what you doing, nigga? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I hurt a nigga. I will hurt him, man. I will hurt him. I don't want to be handled. I don't like them. Don't handle me. Woo, don't handle me. Please don't handle me. Woo, get nervous. Isn't that right? See, a lot of them folk out there, they get handled. Them crackers come around. They know they got to bow down. They whole thing got to say, you got to take out 50 cents. He can't wear that bulletproof in front of them cracker like that. Now they tell him put their 50 shoes on. They know how they got to talk and act. Grab your nuts in front of that white man and his family. Grab your nuts and pull them all up like this in front of that man and his daughter. You think they're going to play that in front of that white man and his daughter? They'll do it in front of yours, though, on a video. They ain't going to do it in front of theirs. They know how to talk to them folk kids. Come here, you little hoe. You gonna be a little skis, ain't you? You think they finna say that to the owner of one of the movie production company? Y'all think they finna say that one of them crackers on them recording all that stuff? Who okay? You think they gonna say that now? They'll call your daughter a little hoe. You think they gonna call that little white boy? I don't care if you get, come here, little punk nigga, little punk cracker. You think they gonna say that to that white man's son? She gonna give him accolades, fine young man, or girl, either one. He got opportunity to be the best at it. Tell them go on that stage and tell them folks they ain't got no business being homosexual. They know what's out. So all that you got really don't let you do nothing. I really have what I got. I can say what I want to say. All they do is block me out. Ain't nobody gonna come take nothing from me. Y'all hear me? That's how you keep it, ain't it? You always want to be your own person. Y'all got me? Always want to be your own person, whatever y'all do. Y'all got it? Trying to tell you, I'm not tired of working at that restaurant. I get that guy that job I had, that just turned me that time. He walked in and told him, joke, he'll take his penis and stick in that boy's mouth. Woo! I was smoking. The smoke was just coming out I had hair then. No more than I did. I had to go rent this one. I'm still paying. When I paid out, the man supposed to give me the paper to it. But yeah, I just couldn't listen. They couldn't say nothing. They needed that job. I ain't never need no job. Like, wow, I always need a job, but I ain't never hold my tongue on one of them. I let you have that job. I tell you, you can have that job. You don't never walk till you don't put no penis in my mouth. I'm a grown man. Y'all got me. I'm a grown man. You can have that job. Now, I'll give you something else to go with it too. Because it's integrity. Y'all hear me? Any of y'all got a job? You always keep your integrity. Your integrity gonna be any dollar you can ever get. Y'all hear me? I'd rather do without. We'll scuffle before I sit here and let you walk up to me, you finna stick nothing in my behind and in my mouth. Or you gonna tell me you gonna go do nothing to my wife and my kid. You'll keep it and I'll bury you. I'll bury you for free. Y'all, I won't do that tacky job like that boy did in Florida with that girl. I'll put you somewhere they won't find you. Y'all all right? Y'all hear that, man? That's your intent. You don't let nobody talk to you like that. Y'all hear me? Same thing, y'all cool. You don't let nobody disrespect you like that. Not you gonna have, you ain't gonna handle me. I don't never need no money. You don't never need it. Every day you want to get up, you want to feel good about yourself. I feel good about myself. I hear because I care about all y'all too. You feel good about yourself. You don't need nobody a job and no money to do that. Y'all hear me? Feel good because you know what you're working for. Y'all hear me? And just like Breezy said, who's gonna stop you? You got your posse right here. Who's gonna stop you? Hello? Who's gonna stop her? They can't stop her. Y'all got it? I'll give Mr. Yahuwah a hand clap. Appreciate the message.